ML Sports Take brought to you by Stumbling Monkey Brewing Company and Camillus Golf Club. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Game's getting underway here in about 45 minutes for the NCAA tournament, so excited for that. I'm going to put out a ton of video content today. I lost a lot of time yesterday, and I lost a bunch this morning, so I'm trying to play catch up. But I did want to put this out there. I don't know how I'm going to react to the statement for Bonaventure with the NIT. I got to think about that one. I am probably going to do a video, but I'm going to wait for a little bit and just take a minute and think. But I wanted to put this out there with the whole portal, NIL, the frustration, everything else. Everybody, I would think, would agree with this, right? The NCAA has got to go. I mean, they have got to be folded up like a cheap tent at a Boy Scout trip. And by the way, they got to go like yesterday. They got to go like last week, last year, 2 years, 3 years ago. This group is so hypocritical and so corrupt, it isn't even funny. I think the only group in professional sports or collegiate sports or whatever, the only group that might be more corrupt than the NCAA globally is FIFA. I can't think of anybody else that's more corrupt, more inconsistent, more hypocritical. Take, for example, that they're still trying to uphold rules. They're still trying to make rules in terms of telling you how you operate, athletic departments, coaches, and players, when there's NIL and there's transfer portal. Here's a couple of examples that just make me absolutely cringe with the NCAA. And I could do a 4 or 5 hour video on the examples of the NCAA, and so could you. Number one, do you remember when Bruce Pearl got in trouble at Tennessee for hosting a backyard barbecue? I mean, a backyard barbecue, you couldn't have a player over and feed the player a plate of food that you paid for. But now you can actually pay for their grocery bill. You can actually write a check to them. You can actually push a company to give them NIL dollars. Do whatever you want because there's no rules, because you can pay people. And think about this. The Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr., all these guys, this is the first class of NIL superstars going to the NFL. And we were worried a few years back about, well, not a few, but a long time ago, about Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy. The NCAA is still holding that trophy away from Reggie Bush. They still have the Fab Four Michigan banner not up in the rafters. They still have the 12-13 Louisville Cardinal championship banner down, not up, down. How about this one from a St. Bonaventure standpoint? Is it great looking back on it at the academic fraud? No. Made me sick. Held the program back for a long time. Mark Schmidt comes in, takes a job. He saved us. He saved the university. He saved the program. He saved us. He saved everybody. But think back to the academic fraud with Jan Van Bredekoff. Think back to the Gothard Lane. Think back to the administration. They let a kid in with a welder certificate. Now, from an academic standpoint, it's probably uglier than any athletic thing that could possibly happen. It's probably uglier than many, many other things, right? But what is really the difference between Reggie Bush and Louisville, or, pay to play and the next thing? Right now, not really a lot. And if that happened right now in college sports, where an administrator just kind of shoves something under, well, that's a welder certificate, that's good enough for us, for Jamil Terrell. That's good enough here for us. That's it. And so I wonder if, honestly, if you think about, again, I'm not condoning the shit that happened at Bonaventure years ago. I'm really not. I mean, it was a bad deal. It was a bad look for us. And it was one of those points where I was like, oh my God, like the SEC, Power 5, all these schools cheat, there's no doubt. But Bonaventure's cheating too? Like Bonaventure's found a way to cheat? Really? The Franciscan values and the Bona thing and a no football school, and even we're doing it? Then everybody's got to be doing it. That was my immediate reaction. Like, we're doing it too? Holy shit. But If that same thing happened today, again, my next comment, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condoning it then. I'm not condoning it now. I didn't condone it in the middle. I'm not. But if it happened today, would it be as big of a deal? Seriously, like with the NIL and transfer portal shit going on, would it be that big of a deal to be like, well, it's a little bit of a certificate, it's not quite a community college degree, maybe he doesn't have all his credits in. These guys are moving all over the place from school to school to school. I heard a couple of people when I was getting pizza the other day. I've had too much pizza this week, or have I? And I heard a couple of guys, well, they don't get their degrees, they're never get, because fans know everything. Some cases, of course, they're getting the degrees just because they're jumping around. And I got a visitor here. Want to see him? Say hi, Cooper. There you go. Yeah, you like that? There's some Sabre stuff. Longest playoff drought in hockey. Pathetic. And in pro sports. Pathetic. You know, they're trying to yell and scream, oh, they don't graduate. Of course they do. There's still thousands of players graduating. Of course. Yes, they're graduating. No question. Not all of them, or maybe when they transfer here and there, and then they go to pro, and then they've got some credits and they go back later. But like, it's not like 4,900 plus kids in D1 basketball. It's not 4,900 plus for 4,900 plus not graduating. It's just some of them don't, some of them do, some of them will wait to graduate later on. The thing is that they're bouncing all over the place. So what does their degree look like in the case where they don't graduate or they're not getting credits consistently at all these schools? What does that look like? Does it look kind of like a welder certificate? I don't know, right? So I don't know, man. The NCAA, they're a bunch of crooks, and they're still trying to make all the rules, including the transfer portal timing. I'm not going to get into saying no to the NIT. I'm not going to get into the timeline of the Bonnet thing right now. I'm just not. I will put together another video for that with a statement and some other things that I still don't think we have all the answers from Bonaventure. And they're really, 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 really making me sad at the end of the day. But seriously, right now, man, you know, like the NCAA with the portal timing, whether schools agree to go to the NIT, don't agree to go, whatever the reason is blah, 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 can't build the roster, can't build for next year, you got players falling out, on and on it goes, whatever the reason, the excuse, expectation of the program, whatever it is, the portal timing is dumb. Whether you agree, disagree of doing the NIT or not, or whatever the hell else goes on with this crazy circus of college basketball, it doesn't matter where your opinion lies. The timing of the portal is bonkers. This week is about the greatest week, probably. Yeah, Thursday, Friday are unreal with March Madness. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the best week in college basketball of the year. The upsets, the mania, the flipping between a million games, the craziness, looking at your bracket. It's tremendous, whether your team is in there or not. Now, if your team's in there, holy cow, is it fun, right? I mean, I can tell you right now, Bonaventure being the NCAA tournament, there's nothing like it for us. And being in Central New York when Syracuse is going deep into the bracket, you know, that's some fun shit for me to cover. And I've covered that a million times, right, since I've been in sports media. But, like, it should be about the basketball. It should be about Thursday, Friday, the matchups, 12 taken out of 5 again. Like, it should be about all that. And the portal opens up. And then we have the NIT situation layered on top of all of this. And you got to change that. Well, NCAA, hello, they put it after the NCAA final. They are crooks, they're frauds, they're scum. They've got to go. They should have gone like yesterday, years ago. The NCAA has no credibility, officially no merit, officially nothing, zilch, because we have NIL transfer portal. We have guys who are leaving college football making not $1 million or $2 million, but multiple millions of dollars. They can sign their own deals. They've been making money the last 2-3 years of their college career. We have players in the women's game and the men's game in college hoops who can make their deals to the point where Caitlin Clark could have literally said, no thank you to the WNBA. I'm staying at Iowa because I'm making more money. State Farm, keep it coming. This auto dealer, keep it coming. The NCAA has no merit anymore. They have no credibility. They have no standing in life, in sports. Get the F out of here. NCAA. Seriously, man. Reggie Bush can't have his Heisman Trophy because he drove around a fancy car? What? Caleb Williams just made $4 or $5 million with an M at USC. God, the NCAA is a disaster. It's amazing, and they're still trying to put rules down. With that, give Jim Boeheim his wins back. Put the banners back up. What are we doing? Give the Heisman Trophy back to Reggie Bush. Holy cow. And you know what? That Adidas scandal that was happening for a while there with Bill Self and all those guys, it kind of just flew under the rug. I loved how for the longest time when they were trying to do the rules things and, you know, they couldn't find the consistency, right? The NCAA can camp outside the Mello Center and try to find everything wrong with Fab Mello and some stupid paper and take away Jim Boeheim's wins. But the Adidas thing, which is a million times worse, they just let Bill Self go, we'll just do this little thing here. All of a sudden, years go on and it gets tucked under the rug. You know what? I don't even care about that anymore. I really don't, because nothing makes sense. And there are no rules. Seriously. If you want to be taken seriously, NCAA's got to go. It's going to be weird, though, if it ever goes and it's not called the NCAA tournament. That will be really weird with the music, the moments, and it's called the NCAA tournament. That will be weird. I mean, say what you want about the NCAA, but that's going to be weird. Get out of here. Seriously. My God. Governing board commissioner, Jay Billis. You know, and you're going to see more unionization. Got to have CBA so he can't sue. I mean, sports, man. I'm going to do a show soon, whether it's audio, video, both. Sports, there's a lot in sports that are just getting worse and worse. This is just a fact. And it pains me. And I'm going to get some 24-year-old messaging me somewhere. Oh, you're old now. Get off my lawn, guy. I'm not. I'm 44 years old, and I'm reality guy. People think I'm negative. I'm not. I'm realistic. And the reality is, think about, in my final minute here, how many things have gone kerplunk. NIL transfer portal, it's changing college sports. Ratings might be up in college football, fine, but we're a football nation. Can't compare the football side to the basketball side. So let's just take basketball. It's a mess. We're adding playoff teams galore in every single sport because we've got to cheapen everything. Now we're talking about expanding the NCAA tournament another 20 to 30 teams. Well, because that's going to improve the product. Rob Manfred has completely shattered baseball. Analytics are a joke. Look at replay. All sports. We got to go to the monitor. Look at the technology. We got to see the iPads, right? Athletes got to go to the sideline. Oh, what did I do on iPad? What? Look at the game. Look at the field. First, play the game. Can't you talk first? Can't you talk about the cover 2 that you didn't see coming, the cover 0 you didn't see coming? College basketball, you got to run to the monitor for 3.5 minutes to figure out if a guy has a flagrant 1? Good Lord. We have more technology, more of everything than we ever have. And we're getting more things wrong. We're getting, right calls wrong. The wrong calls we don't make right. We don't know what a catch is in the NFL. Too much technology, too much replay. Look at Live Golf and the PGA Tour back and forth. The NBA sucks. I haven't watched an NBA game in full in, 8 years. 10 years. Game is so bad. I try to get it back into it a little bit with the superstars. I'll watch the big teams, the big matchups, Steph Curry, LeBron. I actually saw LeBron play in the Garden because I always say, hey, I want to be able to say for a long time that I saw LeBron because I skipped right over the Kobe era mostly. And I do regret that, the Kobe, Tim Duncan stuff after MJ, because I was just like, MJ's gone, and I could see the product kind of going. I made a mistake then. Probably should have kept going a little bit longer. But now, Caitlin Clark outdraws the NBA some nights. Give me a break. It's a lot in sports. It's brutal. You know what isn't brutal, though? NHL. NHL's pretty good. I think it's the best product in sports right now. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But the NCAA, time's up. We got to get rid of them. ML Sports Take, Camillus Golf Club, Stumbling Monkey Brewing Company, bringing it to you. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.